what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Meryl. If you're new here, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining me. And if you're not new here, thank you for coming back. In today's video, I want to review a couple products. I got my Fenty Cream Blush in the shade PETAL Poppin'. And I've also got my And I've also got my cheek cream. I meant to say cream. I've also got my cream bronzer, there we go, Jesus, in the shade Butta Biscuit. Freestyle Cream Bronzer and Freestyle Cream Blush. So yeah, I wanted to play around with those, see how those are. I've actually already used them and they're fucking beautiful, but I wanted to tell you guys my thoughts. And I also wanted to do a fun little pink or red, I don't really know, eye look today. So if you want to see all that, if that interests you, keep on watching. So I'm going to start with the eyes today because we are using like pinks and reds and I don't want pink or red under eyes later on. So we're going to do the eyes first. I'm using my ColourPop Main Squeeze eyeshadow palette. Super pretty. This is what she looks like. So I kind of wanted to do like a shimmery pink eye look. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'm gonna take my this is so old, okay? But I found it and I put some on my hand and it's still super creamy and it doesn't smell bad, so we're using it. Like, I think I got this when I was in makeup school, which was like 4 years ago? Damn. Anyway, so I'm gonna use my Smashbox 24-hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer, and I remember really liking it, but I haven't used it in a hot probably 4 years. So I'm just taking a tiny bit because this stuff goes a long way. And I'm going to, ooh, this palette has a nice big mirror too, so that's always lovely. I love it when I love it when eyeshadow palettes have a mirror in them. That way I don't have to hold like 100 things. Okay, the primer's on. It says to wait 60 seconds to let it set down, so that's what we're gonna do here today. I'm slowly getting this little filming area a little bit better every so often. I got a mic the other day, so this is my first video with a mic. Let me know if you think it sounds better. Hopefully it does. I think it will. Hello from Editing Meryl. Literally as soon as I said in that video that I got a mic and that I hope it sounds better, I think I received a text message or something, so that little staticky alien noise went off, and it sounds pretty fucking annoying. But I filmed again today and I turned on airplane mode and do not disturb mode, so hopefully that sound does not happen again in the future. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Back to the video. Okay, so this palette doesn't really have a base shade, and I would like to have a base shade, so I'm gonna just take some translucent setting powder. And I'm just taking my CoverGirl True Blend setting powder in the shade 2. Pressed powder in shade 2. And I'm taking it with this Real Techniques setting brush. And I'm just gonna put that all over, oh, that mirror sucks, all over my eyelid. We are gonna go in with this palette here. I think I wanna start off, so we're gonna go in with this shade right here, and that is called Frosè. And we're basically gonna take that all over the whole lip. And we're doing this with a really light hand because we want it nice and blended. The lighter the hand, the more blend you'll get. If you're pressing really hard, you're just kind of moving it around. You're not really blending, so you want to go in with a super light hand. Okay, it's pretty. It's like a nice watermelon color. Did I tell you what it was called? It's called Frosè. Now we're gonna go in with this shadow right here called Like It's Hot. And now I want a bit of a smaller blending brush. I really like this one. This is my Japanesque brush. Doesn't have a number on it, but it's from Japanesque. Oh wow, see, look at, okay, that's what I just swirled into the pan. Okay, blacks. That's what I got from the pan, so definitely tapping some of that off, Jesus. Alright, and now we're just going to take this into the crease and deepen it up a bit and bring it onto the lid. These shadows are really pretty. I think I've used like some shades, like one shade from this palette or something, but I've never done like a whole look with it. And I've had it for a long time. So we're bringing this to the lower crease kind of, and then like a little bit onto the lid. We are going to be going in with shimmer later, so we don't have to cover the whole lid, but do I look like I have like a huge eye infection, or is it going to turn out cute? Right now, it looks like an eye infection. And now I'm just going to go back into the Frosè and just kind of blend that a bit. This was a NYX number 16 brush. I don't remember if I said that. Great blush. Stop. Speak better words. This is a great brush for blending. It's like super nice and fluffy. Also, it's extremely affordable. Like, I preferred this brush over my MAC brush, which are basically the same shape. This one is just like scratchy, honestly. It's not very pleasant on the eyes. This one is super soft though. I love my NYX brush. Yeah, I like that eye primer. It seems to be doing its job. So now I'm going to take an even more defined blending brush, which is going to be this Sigma tapered blending brush. What is this one? E45. Okay, so now we are looking straight ahead, and we're just getting like right where your eye opens. And it's going to be different for everybody because everyone has different eye shapes. But right where that crease is, we just want to go right in there. Adding a little bit of dimension and depth. Okay, now we're gonna go into Maraschino, which is this one right here, the center shimmer, and it's so pretty. Very, very nice. What shows have you guys been watching? I'm currently on season 8 of Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's fucking hilarious. If you've never seen that or Seinfeld, you need to watch them. I love Larry David. He's so funny. Ooh, maybe we'll do that gold one in the inner corner. That could be pretty. That looks super fucking pretty. I like it. Do I want to add any eyeliner? Yeah, we do. Fuck it, we want eyeliner. I'm gonna aim and strive for a thin line, but we have no idea what's gonna happen here, people. Jesus. That is awful and terrible and really fucking ugly. So I guess it's not gonna be a thin line today, you guys. Fuck me. So I don't want to continue that because it's so ugly. How do we fix it? Somebody help me. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is just try and build it from the bottom because I do not want to add any more to the top because it's not what my plan was today. You feel me? So what am I doing? I don't even have a makeup remover. What kind of a makeup artist doesn't have a makeup remover? I literally just used my makeup wipe, or my makeup eraser, so. Let me brainstorm for a second here. Take some micellar water. Micellar? How the fuck do you say it? And just try to remove the top bit. Okay. Kinda. And now we're gonna go back in with a liner. Took a bit better, but I really don't like how big it is. I guess it's not the worst. Okay, let me just try and touch up this little area here. Okay. Okay, not half bad. I'll take it. I will take it. Now let's watch this one be just like the perfect fucking eyeliner that you've ever seen in your whole life. And I've just... This side is always better. I should do this eye first so that I can be like, oh, okay, now try to match that over here instead of being like derp over here and then like phew, fucking amazing. What? Right, so this one's ugly. This one's pretty good. So I'm just gonna leave it because why would I fuck it up even more than it already is? It's okay. If you ever go over with your eyeliner and if you've used like a shimmer shadow, you can just take the shimmer on a small little brush and just go right over where you want to correct it. Okay, let me just clean up any fallout that's going on under here. There was actually not a lot of like, and no fallout to be honest, so that's nice. Okay, I'm gonna take my Ula Henriksen Truth Facial Water and give my face a couple spritzes. We're ready to put on our makeup. I'm gonna take my, just kidding, we're still doing skin prep. Ula Henriksen Banana Bright Eye Cream. And now I'm gonna take my Ula Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer. This is like the best primer I've ever used. Like, I'm not really a primer bitch, but I'm a this type of primer bitch. Just gives the skin like a luminescent glow. It's just fucking beautiful. Alright, time to move into the makeup now. I'm taking my Kasha Beauty Catnap Under Eye Brightener. And I like the way it's been blending out with the brush. So I'm taking my Real Techniques Expert Concealer Brush. Now I'm taking my Hourglass Vanish Concealer in the shade Cedar. And I'm going to blend that in with this e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. Lazy girl hack: if you have a beauty sponge and you don't want to wash it every single time, just have a little spray bottle and spray it. I've been doing that for literally like years. Okay, nice. Concealer is all blended in, looking fresh. Ooh, now it's time for some bronzer. Okay, so should we do it the same way that I did? Yeah, we are going to do the same way. Okay, so last time, my last video actually, the Tower 28 one, by the way, thanks for all the people that watched it. I got so many views on that video. Thank you so much. So I normally do my bronzer under my foundation and then I put a bit more on top. But we're gonna do it the same way we did the Tower 28 video. So we're gonna do one side of my face my normal way that I do it, and then this other side of my face how you might do it, which is foundation first and then bronzer on top. So let's jump right into that. So I'm gonna do this side of my face the way that I normally do it, and then I'll do this side of my face the way that you might do it. I'm gonna clean my brushes today. I've been cleaning my brushes so often. I'm like, yes, bitch, get that hygiene. Get that hygiene. Okay. I'm sorry. Stop saying sorry, bitch. Don't be sorry for anything. That's who you are. Okay. So this side of my face we're doing bronzer on, and then this side of the face we'll do foundation and then bronzer. So dipping it in here, getting the brush nice and saturated, and then I'm gonna dab it off on the back of my hand just to make sure it's all evenly spread out and distributed in the brush. Here we go. So I have one more thing to say. So recently I've been like dabbing it on instead of swirling, and I find that I like that technique way better than like kind of swiping, because it kind of puts the product right where you want it, and then you just kind of blend it out that way, you know, instead of swirling. You just tap tap tap, and I love it. So that's what I've been doing the last couple times I did my makeup. Oh, and by the way, I have the shade Butta Biscuit in this Fenty bronzer. And I have dry skin as well. It's a really pretty color. It's like pretty neutral. It's on, I feel like on my skin it's on the warmer side, but it's beautiful. And it blends out really nicely. If you have more fair skin than I do, and you find that things pull more warm, you'll probably want to go with their lighter shade, which is called Amber. It's like a beautiful cool toned shadow or bronzer, and I actually have it in the matchsticks. Let me compare the two beside each other. I assume it's the same shade, just obviously a different formula. So this one here is called Amber, and that is the cooler bronzer, cooler toned bronzer, and this one is Butta Biscuit, which is the one I'm using right now, which is pretty neutral, but it's like slightly on the warm side. So yeah, if you have paler skin than I do, you might want to go for Amber, and but yeah, this one is what I'm using here, and it's super pretty. I've really been liking this Tarte Foundcealer. I find that it's like a tad bit too deep for me. So I'm gonna do a little concoction mixture. I'm gonna take a bit of this e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation in the shade Light Ivory and just add a tiny bit of that, because that one is like the tiniest bit too light for me. So let's mix them together and see what the heck happens. My palette's kind of dirty, so don't judge me. You don't even want to see the other side. There's dried blood on there, like fake blood. It's from Halloween and it will not come off. I'll just show you. This is like fake dried blood that is like crusted on here, and it will not come off, so I use this side. Okay, so I'm just gonna blend these two with my little spatula. And that could possibly be a perfect foundation shade. You guys, how exciting. Okay, so start over here. Just take whatever's left on the little spatula, and I'm gonna take my Sigma flat angled kabuki brush. Yeah, that's a way better color. Hopefully these two foundations mix well together. Okay, I'm gonna take my little beauty sponge and blend it all in. So this side has some bronzer on, this side has no bronzer on. So let's add some bronzer over to this side here. Oh, I normally like to let it all settle in for a few minutes before I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put on my eyebrows real quick instead. Okay, brows are on, and we're gonna finish up this side of the bronzer. think those two foundations liked each other. They are looking very patchy. It was a great color match, but they don't get along. Okay, going back in over this side, which is like my normal routine, adding some more bronzer. I don't know why I like to do it. I just think it looks a bit more natural. I guess that is why I like to do it. I just find that it looks a bit more natural. Like, you don't need to add as much on top because there's already a little bit underneath, which is bringing a little bit of a bronzy look. This bronzer is beautiful. So our bronzer is on, looking bronzed. Maybe a bit under here, because the double chin is appearing. It was disappearing, and now she's reappeared a little bit, so I'll just try to make her less visible. Okay, I think I want to go in with some blush. So we have here this beautiful young gal. This is another Fenty product, another cream product here. Right there, there she is. This one is in the shade 02 Petal Poppin', and it is quite beautiful. Let me swatch it for you here. So that's what it looks like with a swatch. Let's see what it looks like when we apply it with a brush. I'm gonna take my e.l.f. airbrush stippling brush and get some product on there. So that's what it looks like on the brush. And then I'm just kind of stippling it off on my hand here just to, once again, get the bristles all saturated. This blush is super pretty. It's like very sheer, but very buildable. So, ooh, that's the wrong brush, dude. So you can definitely build it up a bit. I like more of like a natural kind of blush, but don't forget your little nosy. This is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Glow in the shade Perla. I have not used this in a hot minute as well. So I'm gonna take it on my finger to start with and kind of put it on like that, and then blend it out with a sponge after, I think is the best plan of action here. Hopefully. I don't know, I haven't used this in so long. Do we like it? Doesn't really do anything for me, to be honest. Like, I don't really think it does anything. Obviously it does a small amount, but I don't know, dude. I mean, it looks fine. I'm not gonna layer anything else on because I already feel like the foundations hate me, so. Okay, I'm gonna take my Hourglass Veil translucent setting powder and just set my under eyes before we put the bottom shadow on. Looks really dry. Wow, I hate these foundations together. Can I take my hair down yet? What else do we have to do? Yeah, she's going down. So now we're gonna do the under eye area. It's gonna be so freaking cute. I'm gonna take, where's that little brush I like? This one here. So this is just a London Look pencil brush. I have had this for probably like 5 years. I don't know exactly how long, but I remember this being like one of the first brushes I ever got, I think. So I'm gonna take this brush, and now we're dipping into Frosè, which is the very first shadow that we used here. This one right here. I'm gonna take the same brush because I don't want to use another one. This is a great brush for under the lash line. And now I'm taking Like It's Hot, which is just a bit of a deeper pinky cherry tone. Look, that got fucked up, so I'll fix that in a minute. These shadows blend really nicely. I'm just gonna take my beauty sponge and try to fix that little mess. bit better there. Okay, now I'm gonna take this shadow right here, which is called Juicy Fruit. And I'm gonna just take it on my little finger here and pop it into the inner corner. Did I fuck it up? Oh, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's like a little bit dark to be in the inner corner, but fuck it, right? Okay, I think that looks pretty alright. I love how pink it is, so it's super pretty. I think I'm going to now pop on my mascara. Now for lips. I don't know what color. Dude, I always do like a natural nude lip, but I just feel like with these more colorful eye looks, you want to keep it a bit more natural on the lips. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Is that just me? What lip color would you do with this eye look? Let me know in the comments down below. For me, I think I'm gonna be a basic bitch. Look at how short these MAC lip liners are. They are tiny little babies because I've used the fuck out of them. Compared to this one, like, this is Nightingale and these are both Boldly Bears, but they're also not cruelty free, so I will not be repurchasing when I am done with these, unfortunately. But Mac, step up your fucking game, bros. Step up your game. Okay, so I'm taking Boldly Bear. Maybe I'll just keep it going with the Fenty here and use a beautiful gloss bomb. This is Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy. Oh yeah, I put this on top of a brown lip liner, which was a bad idea because now the fucking applicator's kind of fucked, but it actually did it for me. I kind of like it a little tiny bit darker. We're almost done here. I just need to do some setting spray. Where is it? Right there. This is my e.l.f. Dewy Setting Mist. It's okay, I don't find that it does anything crazy. Oh my god, I'm so cold when I spray stuff on me. This is the final look. How do we like it? I like it. Do you like it? Let me know. You guys, thank you so much for watching my video today. Let me recap a few things here. Those two foundations together did not work. I will not be doing that again. They didn't like each other and I don't like them together. So that's that on that. This Fenty cream bronzer is absolutely beautiful. It blends out so nicely. So for the Tower 28 one, that's when I would use on like a no makeup kind of look, or like a really natural makeup. If I wanted a little bit more full coverage foundation, things like that, I would definitely go for the Fenty one. They're just different products, obviously, and they do different things, obviously. But the Fenty one is really beautiful, and I think that it looks stunning, and it just blends out so nicely. Yeah, it's really pretty. This blush is also beautiful. You can build it up. You can leave it a little bit more sheer, more light coverage. It's nice. I like it a lot. I don't know how much they cost, and I film on my phone, so I can't even tell you. I think the bronzer is $42, and I think that the blush is bronzer is $42, and I think the blush is $26. I will check myself, and when I edit this video, I will correct myself. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching my video today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you had fun, or you got inspired to do a little fun pink eye look moment. I sure had fun doing it. I think it looks super cool and nice and springy time kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? You know? Let me know what you want to see next in the comments. Let me know if you like this little pink eye look and if you want to see more colorful looks. I love neutrals, so if you want more neutrals, I can definitely do that as well. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.